Right, am I lined up there? Perfect, let's go. Smooth. Okay, YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. I'm not sure how long this intro is going to last because it is scorching outside today in the beautiful UK summer. This is probably one of 3 days we have like this across the whole year, so I thought I'd make the most of it, come outside and intro this video to you right now. But we are back with a mission and a little bit of chub in which we need to get rid of as well. So I'll be completely honest, I've been out of routine for a good few months now, which is normal. It is completely normal when you're as busy as what I am and you work as hard as what I do, but it's safe to say standards have slipped a little bit, and I've mentioned this in a few videos prior, and each and every time I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna lock in now, which, don't get me wrong, I have been locked in, but with no real structure. And that's had a massive effect on the look of my physique, how I'm currently performing, how I'm currently feeling. Performance is nowhere near where it should be, to be fair. I'm overtraining, to say the least. That's led me feeling extremely fatigued, extremely tired day to day. The look of my physique has completely gone as well. Don't get me wrong, I have been on plan. I actually haven't had an off plan now in over a month. Well, I say an off plan, I suppose what I've been doing is being super on it Monday to Friday, and then with the structure of my nutrition over the weekend, I've maybe added in a little bit more to this meal or a little bit more to that meal or whatever it may be. I might have had a little bit more fruit in my skier bowl or some more rice with my dinner or whatever it may be. So I've not really been doing anything too bad when it comes to my nutrition, but I certainly haven't been locked in with it and being linear with it day to day. And don't get me wrong, I'm not necessarily out of shape. Right now, I'm sat at 96 kilograms. I would say I'm roughly around about 18 to 20% body fat, but for my standard, it's nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough. So this is where now I am going to make a change, a massive change. And when I say it this time, I seem to have found that switch and I'm ready to lock back in. I've got around about just over 3 months now until I'm heading back out again, out of the UK to Dubai this time round. Potentially a few other trips towards the back end of this year or start of next year. So this is where now we're back into routine, we're back into dieting. With this video, I'm going to take you through a rough structure of what I will be doing across the next 3 months in order to get back in immaculate shape. I'll be running you through the nutrition breakdown, the training breakdown, and the goals set in place as well, because it's not just going to be the case of getting back in immaculate shape. I want to build the engine to go with it in order to run long distances, run high rocks races in very good times. Overall, just be an all-rounder, right? Being able to run, lift, train, and have the rig to go with, of course. So with that being said, we're off to the gym now for a full upper body day. Let's get it, let's go. So like I mentioned, lads, I haven't been doing anything drastically bad with the diet. I haven't been going majorly off plan week to week. That certainly hasn't been the case. I literally haven't had an off plan now, like an actual structured off plan, in over a month. What it has been looking more like is, right, I'll have a little bit more almond butter or dark chocolate with my skier bowl that wasn't originally within that meal, or I might just have a little bit more fruit with it, or I might just have a little bit more rice or potato or veg with my dinner or my lunch, say. And what that's led to is the scales being pretty stationary. I've probably been eating it more of a maintenance rather than in a deficit, say. Again, I haven't been doing that each and every day. It's been more, say, like over the weekend, or if I've just got off a long run and I'm like, right, okay, I'm fucking hungry now. And I'm absolutely fucking knackered. It will just be little things like that, and obviously it's not acceptable, not up to my standards by any means. And like I said, it hasn't led to me getting out of shape. I will whip the top off after this session and show you what the rig's looking like, but it has, like I said, led to the scales being very stationary, and that really does go to show just how important compliance is to your nutrition plan when it comes to getting in shape. Now, if you aren't in shape or you're not making the fat loss progress in which you want to while you're on your dieting phase, then it will probably come down to two things. Either you're not tracking properly, or you are tracking but you're not making the manipulations down the line in order to continue kicking on and making phenomenal progress and seeing body fat chip away, say. Because obviously your body is always going to adapt. What would be considered a deficit at the start may not be considered a deficit later down the line as you're losing body weight, right? Because your body's very smart and it adapts very quickly, especially to what's going on from a metabolic standpoint. And you will always probably have to take your food a little bit lower than what you originally thought in order to get in shape and hold an elite level physique. But no, with that being said, we're off to train upper. I'm going to be giving you a physique check afterwards to see where we're currently at, and then after we will be getting on to the breakdown of what I'm going to be doing over the next 12 weeks in order to get shredded. Let's go. Right, so not only in desperate need of a 12-week shred, but desperate need of a sunbed as well by the looks of it. Safe to say that my bare tan has vanished. It's gone. So the shreds as well, that means. So this is the current state of affairs. This is completely relaxed. Right, let's take it. So this is what we are currently working with. I am not happy with my shape in the slightest. Believe it or not, majority of men, the average man, would be happy to look how I look right now. And if anything, that just goes to show the decline of what the average man actually is nowadays. But as you know, this channel is not about being average. I want to look like a goddamn Adonis. So that is exactly what we are going to do, and that is the mission. We are going to get back in elite level shape, and we're going to hold from there. So yeah, I'm going to head to the shops now. That's the workout wrapped up. I'll put it up here somewhere for you, and yeah, I'm going to get my post-workout now. Let's go. All right, YouTube, back and showered from the gym. Going to be outroing this video here by running you through, you know what, I'll run you through how to set up your dieting phase first, and then if you're interested and you want to stick around and you kind of want to know my current stats and metrics right now, by all means you can do. If not, I will be offended 100%, so you may as well stick around. Subscribe while you're at it. This, in terms of dieting phases, gonna make this stupidly fucking simple for you, so that way you can just go away and apply this from here. So firstly, find your maintenance calories, right? Let's start with that. Body weight in pounds times 50. That is the most simple, basic, effective way you can do it that will give you a rough estimate of your current maintenance calories. You want to be aimed to eating around 500 to 1,000 calories below this, depending on how aggressive you want to go with the deficit. It could be the case of you have a slightly longer time frame to work on, or you may not be working on a time frame at all, and it may just be the case if you wanted to get in the shape of your life. Okay, create less of an aggressive deficit and then go from there. If it is a case of you are on a bit of a time frame and you are wanting to sharpen things up a little bit quicker, then you can literally eat 1,000 calories under your maintenance calories and go a touch more aggressive with it. Yes, it's not going to be pretty, but it will be sustainable in the short run when it comes to you wanting to achieve aggressive fat loss. Weight training. Now, I would say weight training is, again, I suppose it's completely individual for everyone, depending on your availability, how many times you actually want to train. Do you have other responsibilities outside of the gym? I would say from my experience, having worked with hundreds of men now, 4 to 5 days seems to be the sweet spot where you can stay consistent with it and results are the best. Roughly look to have around 10 to 20 hard working sets for each muscle group across the week. And when I say hard working sets, I mean training 2 or very close to failure. And I would look to try and hit body parts multiple times per week as well, in order to make it more advantageous for you to reserve lean mass while you are chipping away at body fat. Now with cardio, you can 100% utilize cardio sessions. How many? Well then again, that really kind of depends on your availability and what you can commit to per week. But cardio is going to be a great tool in order to increase the size of your calorie expenditure, allowing you to eat a little bit more food and keep that food a touch higher in order to give you energy for your performance, aid in recovery, and of course help you reserve lean mass. With cardio, I would look to keep it low intensity, steady state with your heart rate at around 120 to 150 beats per minute. This is just going to ensure that you are doing enough from the cardio in order to burn an effective amount of calories, and again increase your overall expenditure, but not do too much from the cardio to the point where again you're just going to generate too much fatigue, and with that, that's going to take away from your performance on the gym floor. And when it comes to wanting to chip away at body fat and sustaining muscle, you are going to want to make sure that you are recovered and that you're well to put in a good amount of effort, maximal effort, into your weight training session. Steps as well. Steps is going to be a phenomenal tool in order to overall increase your calorie expenditure while generating very, very little fatigue. Because unless you are an incredibly unfit person, you're not exactly going to go out on a nice long walk and feel absolutely fucked and burnt out afterwards. At least I hope not. And if you do, then I probably recommend you hit the link below and sign up to my one-to-one coaching. So that is everything when it comes to training, cardio, nutrition. Well, with nutrition, I didn't go over macro setup. So with macro setup, protein, I would look to have between 1.2 to 1.5 grams protein per pound of body weight, just working within that range towards the higher end. That's going to help when it comes to reserving lean mass on a dieting phase and also satiation as well. So you don't want to be starving fucking hungry when you are in a calorie restricted phase. Fat, I would look to have anywhere between 0.3 to 0.7 gram of fat per pound of body weight. I would probably take that towards the lower end. Reason I would say within that range is just to help with hormonal function, anti-inflammatory, fatigue management, recovery capabilities, again, vitamin absorption, so many things. Fat is extremely important, so don't try completely cut that out. We want to utilize fat, but again, I will go towards that lower end just to favor carbohydrates. Again, carbohydrate is going to be your main driver for performance and recovery, but that will naturally be tapered down first when it comes to creating a deficit in order to overcome metabolic adaptations and continue making phenomenal fat loss progress. A few other things as well, I suppose, in terms of supplementation, a multivitamin wouldn't hurt. An omega fish oil, creatine in order for athletic performance, strengthen muscle gains, increase recovery capabilities, as well as that cognitive function day to day. An electrolyte balance, I always take an electrolyte balance. I wouldn't say it's needed as long as you wake up and hydrate before you touch caffeine, but in order to hydrate quicker, again, improve that cognitive function and give you that energy burst throughout the morning period, I do swear by an electrolyte. EAAs, you could potentially take EAAs intra-workout in order to elevate your muscle protein synthesis, decrease protein degradation, and just help you stay a little bit more anabolic throughout your session. But realistically, with supplements, you don't have to overdo it. You can just keep it super simple. Water, 4 to 5 litres of water a day, either side of a gallon. That is what I recommend. That is a non-negotiable for me. And that is realistically about it. It is very simple. If you happen to stall on the scales and you need to overcome that metabolic adaptation, then you could either increase your output, increase your cardio, or reduce your food. It is pretty simple and straightforward, to be honest with you. There's not many other variables in which you can play with. So that is everything there. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you are interested in what I'm currently doing, then by all means, stick around. Now, as you know, my goal is to get back in phenomenal shape, improve my body composition, and look to build the engine to go with it. What I mean by the engine is I want to be able to run long distances. I want to be able to run high rocks races in good times. I want to still dabble within that functional high rock style of training, but at the same time, I do want resistance training to be the core of what I'm doing, because I don't want to completely lose my shape. I don't want to lose my muscle and end up looking like a skinny little runner. I'll just want to be a good all-rounder right now. That's what's making me happy. That's what's making me feel fulfilled. And I suppose that's what I enjoy, right? I enjoy the whole functional style of training, but at the same time, I still do enjoy the bodybuilding style of training. And I want to look good and I want to perform well. And that is the sole focus for me right now. So with that, I'm training 4 resistance training sessions a week with maybe the addition of a 5th, which I'll take you through shortly. And then I have a long run, well, 2 long runs technically, but 1 logged, some urge work, and then I do a high rock session throughout the week. So my split at the minute, so Monday is push with a 12K run. Tuesday is pull and urge work. Wednesday is legs. Thursday is rest. Friday is upper. Saturday is high rocks in the morning, and in the evening, if I'm feeling bored and I'm feeling recovered and I feel like I can hit another session, I may just throw in an arms and delts because your boy's got to stay jacked. And then on Sunday, I will probably wake up and do a 12-15K just easy run, recovery run, say, whatever you want to call it. I probably won't run any quicker than 5-6K pace, say, but throughout my first 12K in the week on the Monday, that is with like intervals, say. I think that's what it is. Again, I'm very new to this style of training, so bear with me. But for example, I'll do X amount of distance at X pace, etc, if that makes sense. Again, this is completely new to me, guys, when it comes to physique development. Yes, I am an absolute fucking expert, and I will say that confidently. When it comes to this high rocks functional style of training, running, I'll be honest, I'm completely fucking clueless. I'm not completely fucking clueless. Like, yes, I very much do have knowledge around it, but it's not my field of expertise, which is, yeah, scary but exciting at the same time, because it's something new to get good at, it's something new to learn, and eventually it could be something in which I program for my clients too, which is very, very exciting. So right now I have a phenomenal roster of clients that are all wanting to focus around physique development. I have a few that do implement that functional style of training with that, and running as well. But my expertise really kind of comes down to physique development when it comes to building, crafting and shaping a phenomenal physique. When it comes to this sort of stuff, I'm very new to it, so it's a challenge and it's exciting, but it's something in which I'm very intrigued by and that I want to learn more about. But that's the training style of things. In terms of nutrition, still on 2,700 calories training day, 2,400 calories rest day, and I'm not actually doing any additional cardio at the minute, so I'm not actually doing any additional Stairmaster. I was, but with the amount of activity I'm getting in across the week now, that should be more than enough really in order to see me chip away at body fat, get in phenomenal shape, while also retaining my tissue. So yeah, that is essentially everything there. In terms of future goals lined up, we are looking to get in immaculate shape for Dubai. Back end of the year, the New Gym boys have got a content trip lined up, either November or December, I'm not too sure yet. But in and around that, I do have 2 High Rocks races lined up as well, where I'm doing a doubles in Dublin for my birthday weekend, which I'm extremely excited about. And as well as that, London XL in December, which should be the week I get back from Dubai. Or if Dubai is running that week, then I might have to sell my ticket. But yeah, that could be a ticket up for sale. We'll see. I mean, High Rocks tickets are impossible to get your hands on, so I know I'll get rid of that. But I want to do both races, but at the same time, I also do have other commitments outside of trying to be a good athlete, which, let's be honest, isn't my strong suit. But I'm getting better at it. But no, regardless, that is everything from me. Any questions around what I've just spoke about, please do let me know. But other than that, if you have not gone all in, then this is your sign. Take care. God bless.